AT&T is doing these commercials, and you've probably seen them. The guy and his wife are in the hospital, and they ask about the surgeon. And the nurse says, he's okay. And the looks on their faces are like, okay, if this guy's going to cut me open, I don't want okay. I want someone really good. I want the best. We're told that a lot, aren't we? We're supposed to only expect the very best from ourselves or anyone else. Good is the enemy of great, right? Well, not necessarily. For instance, if you're concerned about your cognition, yeah, you want to eat better. But you don't have to have the best diet. You don't have to eat perfectly or even close to perfect. Just trying to eat even a little bit better can really help you cognitively, and that's what I want to talk about today. Hi, I'm Tony Daring of GoCogno.com, the website for people with mild cognitive impairment. For the last couple weeks, I have been sharing insights from Dr. Nate Bergman, who I consider one of the best MCI experts out there. His practice focuses heavily on people with mild cognitive impairment, and he insists that MCI and even dementia are generally treatable and reversible, and he's seeing those results with his patients. I had a chance to talk with him recently, and there were a couple of things he said that really jumped out at me. One of them had to do with the impact that stress and sleep can have on cognition, and that was the topic of my video last week. If you didn't see it, I encourage you to check it out, and there's a link below. What I want to share with you today are Dr. Bergman's views on diet and nutrition, because he had some things to say that I haven't necessarily heard from other experts. No doubt, a healthy diet is essential to good cognition. Dr. Bergman says there are 4 pillars of brain health, and diet is definitely one of them. But Dr. Bergman told me it's not about having the perfect diet or pristine eating habits. He says the big gains come when someone who has lousy eating habits just makes an effort to eat better. Going from a poor diet to a good diet is where we see the biggest improvement, he says. Going from a good diet to a great diet does not always equate to the same level of improvement. For people with MCI, that can sound like really good news because changing eating habits can be hard. And there are so many different diet plans being thrown around these days. The paleo diet, the keto diet, gluten-free, grain brain. How do you even figure all that out? In Dr. Bergman's view, you don't have to. He's really not into the idea of a highly regimented diet. All he really wants you to do is get some of the garbage out of your diet and eat more of the good stuff that's shown to improve cognition. He says, what we've seen is it almost doesn't matter what diet you put people on. If they are eating highly processed food, high in omega-6s, high in inflammatories, high in sugar, and you put them on any diet that focuses on real food, whole food, whether it's vegan or plant-based, but it's real food with significant amounts of vegetables, it doesn't seem to matter that much for the average person. Now, Dr. Bergman does have one recommendation for you. Generally speaking, he says, I like the MIND diet. It's not highly restrictive. It's directional. I'm with him on that. I like the MIND diet too. It is just so reasonable and easy to understand and follow. And you can get good results from that. In fact, a major study found that following the MIND diet can reduce the risk of Alzheimer's by as much as 53%. Even people who only followed it partially had a 35% lower risk of Alzheimer's. If you want to understand how to follow the MIND diet, I put together this guide, 10 Foods to Eat for Better Brain Health. It shows you the foods you want to eat more of and the ones you want to cut back on. It includes tips on healthy eating and shows you where to find great recipes. To get it, go to GoCogno.com/10foods. It's free, and when you sign up for it, you also get my weekly brain health email, which also is free. There's a link below. I hope you find this helpful, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. Until then, as always, be kind to your mind.